Hi everyone, in this video we will discuss all the type B questions from the chapter tuples of class 11. Now find the output generated by following code fragments. First one is plane is a variable which is assigned with a tuple having two values passengers and luggage at index number 0 and 1 respectively. Now we are assigning one new values next to index number 1. So this is not possible in case of tuple because tuple is immutable data type, so it will not allow to modify any item in place. Now next one is ABC is equal to 1 to 3 within parentheses. So here in this case what will happen, ABC are the three variables or identifiers will be associated with the values 1, 2 and 3 respectively. Okay, that means A will have value 1, B will have value 2 and C will have value 3. And individually the data types of A, B, C will be integer. But ABC together in within parentheses, that is considered as a tuple. Now ABCD within parentheses are assigned with values 1, 2, 3 in a form of tuple. Here in this case, the assignment is not possible. Why? Because in left hand side there are four identifiers, but in right hand side there are three values. So not enough values for the corresponding variables. So this is going to give you error. Now question number D is same as question number C. So this is also going to give error. Now next one is ABCDE is equal to PQRST is equal to T1. This is a wrong assignment because ABCDE are all the identifiers and PQRST are also identifiers. And right hand side it is assigned with a value T1 which is also an identifier. There is no value to be assigned for this identifier. So this is going to give you error. Now what will be the values and types of variables in E if T1 is equal to 1, 2.0, 3, 4.0, 5 in a tuple. Okay, in that case what will happen? You can see there are 5 variables A, B, C, D, E and again that is assigned with another 5 variables P, Q, R, S, T and that is assigned with 5 values, that is 1, 2.0, 3, 4.0 and 5. So in that case A equal to P equal to 1. Okay, A and P will be assigned with the value 1 and B and Q will be assigned with the value 2.0. C and R will be assigned with the value 3 and D and S will be assigned with the value 4.0 and E and T will be assigned with the value 5. Okay, accordingly the integer values will have data types integer and the float variables will have will have data type as float. So A, C, E and P, R, T will have int type of data and B, D and Q, S, these four identifiers will have values 2.0 and 4.0, so their data type is float. Now next one is T2 is equal to A within single quote, that means A in a form of a string. Okay, so here it is asking what is the type of T2. So data type of T2 here in this case it will be string because it contains a string type of data. Even though it is kept within parentheses, but it is not going to be considered as a tuple. Because if you want to create a tuple with a single value, then you have to always give a comma after the value. Then only it will be considered as a tuple. Otherwise, the data type will be the same as the value which is present within the parentheses. Now T3 is equal to A2 in a form of string, then a comma. So here it indicates that T3 is a tuple type of data. Now next question is T4 is equal to 17 within parentheses. So here type of T4 will be integer because it is having an integer type of value. It will not be considered as a tuple because the single value is not associated with a comma. So the data type will be integer. Now in the next case T5 is equal to 17 and 1 comma within parentheses. So here in this case T5 is a tuple type of data. We are giving comma with a single value, it indicates that this is a tuple type of data. Now next one, there is a tuple having values A, B, C, D, E. Then another one is having value and the tuple is having value A comma plus tuple of one colon. Okay. In that case, what will happen? There will be a concatenation between two tuples. First tuple is having value uppercase A, and second tuple will have values starting from index number 1 onwards, that is B, C, D, E. So now if you print the tuple, it will have values capital A, then B, C, D, E all in lowercase. This is the output. Now next case, T2 is a tuple having values 4, 5, 6, and T3 is another tuple having values 6 and 7, and T4 is concatenation of T3 and T2. So in that case what will happen? T4 will have values first T3, that is 4, 5, 6, then the values of T2, that is 6, 7. So T4 is a tuple having values 6, 7, 4, 5, 6 in this order. Now next T5 is equal to T2 plus T3, same concatenation is being done, but first T2 then T3. So the content of the tuple T5 is 4 5 comma 4 5 6 comma 6 7. Okay, so this is the output of the tuples T4 and T5. The next question is T3 is equal to 6 comma 7, that is the tuple. And T4 is equal to T3 into 3. So this is a repetition operator. That means T3 will be repeated 3 times. Okay, so T4 will be a tuple having the values of T3 repeated 3 times. Okay, now second case T5 is equal to T3 into 3, here 3 within parenthesis. So if you keep 3 within parenthesis also, it will be considered as an integer. So same repetition will be done over here. So if you print T4 and T5, both will give you the same value, that is 6, 7 repeated 3 times. Okay. Now next T1 is equal to 3, 4 in a form of tuple, and T2 is equal to T3 comma T4. That means it is a tuple having two strings T3 and T4. Now we are concatenating T1 and T2. So obviously it will give you the output like this. First the content of T1, that is 3 comma 4, then content of T2, T3 and T4, that will be present in a single tuple. Now what will be stored in the variables A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H after following statements? So pers is a tuple type of variable having few values. Now A is equal to pers of 2 colon 2. That means starting from index number 2, it will stop at index number 2 itself. Okay, so that means there will be no values. So its output is like there is an empty tuple. Okay. Now B is equal to pers of 2 colon. That means starting from index number 2 till the rest of the tuple, all the values will be there. So the values are 80, then 88, then 83 and 86. Okay, as we can see, 80 is present at index number 2. Now next one, C is equal to pers of colon 2. Colon 2 means starting from index number 0 till index number 2. Okay, that means index number 2 will be excluded. That means the values which are at index number 0 and 1 will be printed. That is 88 and 85. Now D is equal to pers then colon of minus 2. That means starting from index number 0 till index number minus 2. So as you know, the negative indexing is done from right side. So you can see 86 is present at index number minus 1 and 83 is present at index number minus 2. So it will print the values starting from index number 0, that is 88, 85, 80 and 88. That's it. And 83 will not be printed because it has to stop there. Now next one is E is equal to pers of minus 2 colon. The elements which are present at index number minus 2 till the rest of the tuple. So that is minus 2 value is 83, then 83, after that 86 is there. So these two values will be printed. Now F is equal to pers of 2 colon minus 2. That means starting index is 2 and stop index is minus 2. So the value at index number 2, that is 80. Okay, then the next value will be printed 88. Then the value which is at index number minus 2, that is 83. So that will not be printed. It will stop before that. Okay, so this tuple will have values 80 and 88. Next, G is equal to pairs of colon minus 2, sorry, minus 2 colon 2. Okay, so this is the starting index is minus 2 and stop index is 2. So this is not possible because always the values will be collected from left to right, not from right to left. So this one will give you an empty tuple. Now next one is pairs, then within square bracket colon. That means starting with index number 0 till the end of the tuple. All the values will be printed. So this tuple will be having values 88, 85, 80, then 88, 83 and 86. All the values from the tuple will be accessed. Now, what does each of the following expressions evaluate to? Now, T is a tuple which is having values like this. First of all, it is having a string that is these. Then the second value is a list which is containing some strings like are or few words. Okay, then the next values of this tuple are some strings that we will use. Okay, this is how the tuple looks like. Now we have to do some slicing over here. Now first is print T of 1, then 0 to 2. Okay, you can see this. So we have to first of all see what is there present in T of 1. T of 1, that means the value which is present at index number 1, that is a list. Okay, as you can see here, the value which is present at index number 0 is these, and the value present at index number 1 is a list containing the values are or few words. Okay, now from this list we have to access the values which are present from index number 0 to 2. That means the values of this list which are present at index number 0 and 1. Okay, so these two values are R and A. These are the two strings in the form of a list. That is the output of this print statement. Now print A in T of 1, 0. Okay, so T of 1, 0 means the value which is present at index number 1 of this tuple, that is nothing but the list, and 0 means the string which is present at 0 index number of this list. Okay, so that is R. So R is a string which contains A in it. So the output is true. The next print statement is print T of colon 1 plus T of 1. Okay, T of colon 1 is nothing but it will slice only the value which is present at index number 0. Okay, so the value which is present at index number 0, that is these. Okay, so that is a tuple type of value, and T of 1, that is actually a list. Okay, that the value which is present at index number 1 of tuple T, that is the list you can see here. So once you concatenate these two things, this is going to give you error because T of colon 1, that is a tuple, and T of 1, that is a list. So we cannot concatenate a tuple with a list. Now next print statement is T of 2 colon colon 2. That means starting index is 2 and end index is like till the end of the tuple, and step value is 2. Okay, so starting from index number 2, it will slice all those values which are present at the index numbers which are like incremented by 2. Okay, so the first value which is present at index number 2, that is that. The next value to be accessed is index number 4 because 2 plus 2 is 4. So that is will. Okay, so the output is that and will in a form of a tuple. Now next print is T of 2, 2 in T of 1. Okay, so what is T of 2, 2? That is basically the T of 2 is nothing but the word that is that. Okay, THAT, you can see that is present at index number 2 of the tuple T. Now 2 and 2, that means what is the character present at index number 2 of the string that is A. Okay, so T of 2, 2 is the character A. If that character is present in T of 1, then it is going to give you true. So what is T of 1? T of 1 is nothing but the list. Okay, that is are a few words. Okay, so in this list there is a character A which is present over there. So we will get the output as true because T of 2 2, that is the character A, that is present in T of 1, which is the least having some words, and among these A is also present. So this is going to give you the output as true. Now carefully read the following code fragments and figure out the error the code may produce. The first code is like this: T is equal to A, B, C, D, E in a form of string each, that is a tuple type of variable. Now we are trying to print T of 5. That means the value which is present at index number 5, this is going to give you error because the maximum index number is 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will give you tuple index out of range error. Now next tuple, same thing, same tuple, T is equal to A, B, C, D, E. Here T of 0 is equal to capital A. That means we are assigning another value at index number 0, which is not possible. We cannot modify, or item assignment is not possible in tuple because tuple is immutable data type. Now T1 is equal to 3 within parentheses. So if you keep within parentheses a single value also, it is considered, it is not considered as a tuple. Here T1 is considered as an integer type. Okay, because there is no comma given over here. Now T2 is equal to 4, 5, 6, that is a tuple type of value. Now T3 is equal to T1 plus T2. Here we are trying to concatenate one integer with another tuple. This is not possible because we cannot concatenate one integer with a tuple. Okay, now T2 is equal to 4, 5, 6 in a form of tuple, and T3 is another tuple having values 6 and 7. Now we are trying to subtract one tuple from another, that is T3 minus T2, which is not possible because subtraction operation is not supported by tuples. T3 is a tuple having values 6 and 7. T4 is equal to T3 into 3. Here this is a repetition operator, so the elements of tuple 3 will be repeated 3 times. Now next one is T5 is equal to T3 into 3. Here 3 is within bracket, but that is also going to be considered as an integer. So this is also repetition operator. There is no problem with this code. Next one is T6 is equal to T3 into 3 comma. So here this is a tuple. 3 comma is a tuple. So T3 into 3 is going to give you error because we cannot multiply one tuple with another tuple. Next, another tuple T is equal to having values A, B, C, D, E, each in a form of string. Now we are assigning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is equal to T1. So this is a wrong assignment. Here, as you know, in assignment, always the left hand side should be one identifier and the right hand side should be the literal or the value. But here, this is just the opposite. So this is going to give you error. Now next one, T is equal to A, B, C, D, E in the form of tuple. Now 1n, 2n, 3n, 4n, 5n is equal to T. So here left hand side all are identifiers, but these are invalid identifiers. As you know, identifier names should not begin with digits or numbers. So that is why it is going to give you error. Now T is one tuple having values A, B, C, D, E. Now X, Y, Z, A, B is equal to T. So this is a correct code. Here there will be no error because left hand side all the identifiers X, Y, Z, A, B, and these will be assigned with the values of the elements of the tuple T in particular order. That means X will be assigned with the value A and Y will be assigned the value B and so on. Now B will be assigned with the value E. Okay, so this type of assignment is correct, but you have to remember that the number of elements in the tuple should be same as the number of identifiers that you have mentioned in the left hand side of the assignment. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Next question is the same tuple, but here you can see the assignment is like this: A, B, C, D, E, F is equal to T. So here this code will give you error because in left hand side there are 6 identifiers, but in this tuple T there are 5 values. Okay, so there will be a confusion in assignment because the number of identifiers or the variables are not same as the number of values in the right hand side of the tuple. So this is going to give you error. Now what would be the output of the following code if NTPL is equal to hello in a form of string, then Nita, then how is, then life. There are 4 strings actually in the tuple NTPL. Okay, now ABCD is equal to NTPL. So as we had done in a previous case, in this type of assignment, what will happen? The elements of the tuple will be assigned with the identifiers in the same order. So A will be assigned with the value hello, B will be assigned with the value Nita, and so on. So if you print A, B, C, D, then you will get the corresponding output like this. Now again NTPL is equal to A, B, C, D in a form of tuple. Okay, that means the same values which are defined in the tuple NTPL, that is hello, Nita, how is life. Okay, these are the 4 strings in the tuple NTPL. Now if you print NTPL of 0, 0, so the value which is at index number 0 of the tuple NTPL is the string hello. Okay, so from that we are accessing the character which is present at index number 0, that is uppercase H. So that will be printed. Next one NTPL 1 1. So what is there present at index number 1, that is Nita. So from this string Nita we are accessing the character which is present at index number 1, that is I. Okay, next we are printing NTPL of 1. So at index number 1 the string Nita is present, so that will be printed. So this is the output. Now predict the output of this course. Question number 5 is like this. Tuple underscore A, that is a variable or one identifier that is assigned with 2 values A comma B in a form of string. So if you are assigning multiple values to one variable, then the values will be considered as a tuple. That means the variable is considered as a tuple. Okay. So tuple underscore A is a tuple type of data. Now tuple underscore B is equal to AB in parenthesis. That means it is obviously it is a tuple. So if you just try to check whether both are same or not, that is tuple A equal to tuple B, then this is going to give you the output as true because both the things are tuple having the same values. Now tuple 1 is equal to Python into 3. Python is a string and repetition operator 3 means Python will be printed 3 times and will be stored in a variable tuple 1. So here you can see this is just a string repetition operation that you are doing and that is stored in a variable tuple 1. That means Python 3 times it will be written and stored in tuple 1. So if you print the type of tuple 1, then this will show you that this is a string type of data. Okay, this is not a tuple type of data because as you can see here your data is Python, that is in a form of a string, not in a form of tuple. Okay, now find the error. Following code intends to create a tuple with 3 identical strings, but even after successfully executing the following code, even if it doesn't produce any error, the length function returns a value which is different from 3. Why? What is the reason? So here you can say top1 is a variable which is like this mega in a form of string into 3. That means mega is a string which will be repeated 3 times and it will be stored in a variable top1. Now if you print length of top1, then you'll get the output as 12 because mega is a string which will be repeated 3 times, so its length will be 12. But if you want the output should be 3, then you have to represent mega in a form of a tuple. Okay, so we can modify the code like this. You can see top1 is equal to mega, then there is a comma, then you have to keep it within parentheses. So here it will be considered as a tuple. Okay, now it is multiplied with 3. Okay, so here if you try to print the length of tuple 1, then it will give you the output as 3 because mega is a string which will be repeated 3 times and it will count the number of elements of the tuple which is 3. Now what the following code produce? Question number 8. Here tup1 is equal to 1 into 3. Here you can see 1 is in a form of tuple. Okay. So your this tuple element will be repeated 3 times. That means tup1 will be a tuple having 3 elements and each element is having value 1, 1 and 1 respectively 3 times. Okay. Now next line you can see tup1 of 0 is equal to 2. So here you are assigning one value 2 at index number 0. So this is not possible because tuple is a immutable type of data. So you cannot do item assignment in a tuple. Okay, if you just keep this line in comment, and if you want to print tup1, then it will just display the tuple having 3 elements and each element is 1. Okay. Now question number 9 is tup1 is equal to 1 comma 2 in a form of a tuple because there is a comma is given after that into 7. Okay. So now tup1 will be a tuple having 7 elements where 1 comma 2 will be repeated 7 times. Okay. So if you print tup1, then you can see the output is like this: 1 2 in a bracket that is repeated 7 times. Okay. That means the first index number, that means the tup1 of 0 is 1 comma 2, again tup1 of 1 is 1 comma 2, like this till index number 6. Okay, now next print length of tuple 1 of 3 colon 8. So starting from index number 3 till index number 8, or basically index number 7, but since the last index number is 6, so it will print the elements which are present at index number 3 onwards. So how many elements are there? There are 4 elements. So the length of that many number of elements is 4. Okay. Now predict the output. Here you can see X is a tuple having the values like this. That means the tuples are like nested within another tuple. Again that is nested within another tuple like this. So if you just print the length of X, you can see there are 2 elements in this tuple X. The first element is 1 and the next element is another tuple. Okay. So that is having value starting from 2 to 2, 3, 4 and all those. Okay, now x of 1 is again, if you just break it, x of 1 0 is having the element 2 and x of 1 1 is again another tuple. Okay, having the values 3 and 4. Again x of 1 1 0 is having the value 3 and x of 1 1 1 is a tuple having value 4, having a single value 4. So this is the indexing structure of this tuple. Okay, now if you print length of x, then it will give you the value as 2 because initially the tuple x is having two values where the first value is a single element 1 and the second value is a nested inner tuple, again another tuple. Okay. Now print x of 1 0. You can see from this indexing x of 1 0 is 2. Okay. Now print 2 in x. So that is going to give you the value as false because 2 is not present in x as an element. 2 is present in the inner tuple which is present at index number 1 of this tuple x. Okay. So 2 in x will give you false. Now y is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but these are not in a direct form, these are inner tuple form or the nested tuple form. Okay, so actually there are 3 elements in this tuple y. The first element is 1 and the next element is another tuple having values 2, 3, 4. Okay, where again 3 is also not a single element, that is also within another tuple. And the third element is 5. Okay, so there are actually 3 elements in this tuple y. Again the element which is at index number 1, that is another tuple. So y of 1 0 is having value 2 and y of 1 1 is having a value 3 in a form of tuple and y of 1 2 is a value 4. Okay, so this is the indexing structure of the tuple y. Now if you print length of y of 1, so y of 1 is an inner tuple and its length is 3. So you will get the output as 3. And length of y is also 3 because there are 3 elements in the tuple y and 3 elements in the inner tuple which is present at y of 1. Now print y of 2 equal to 50. So this is going to give you error, okay, because we cannot assign new value to a tuple. Now the next tuple is z, which is also like this. That means the inner tuples are there in this tuple. So how many elements are there in this tuple z? There are actually 3 elements. First element is 2 and the second element is another inner tuple. You can say z of 1 is having the values 1, 2, 1 like this. Then z of 2 or the last element of this tuple z, that is 1. Okay, since z of 1 is again one tuple, so we can just index it like this. Z of 1 0 is having element 1, and z of 1 1 is having one tuple, that is 2, and z of 1 2 is a single value, that is 1. Okay, now next it is asking print z of 0. Okay, so how you can start? You just start from the innermost z of 0. Okay, so z of 0, as you can see in this figure, that is 2. Okay, so replace z of 0 with 2. That means z of 2. Z of 2, that is, as you can see, 1. Okay, so replace z of 2 with 1. So z of 1 is the inner tuple which is present at index number 1, that is 1 comma 2 in a form of tuple and 1. So that is the output. Now here ends the solutions of chapter 8 tuples. We have discussed all the type B questions from this chapter. If there is any doubt, you can put it in comment section and stay tuned for more solutions and do subscribe. Thank you.